Hey, welcome to Yellow Mountain Garden Show. I'm Malcolm Banks. I'm here to teach everybody a little short little tutorial video about how to market your vegetables and put your product out there. Let me see, I didn't write anything down. So basically, I'm just going to tell y'all about my experience and everything that I've been doing as far as urban garden and far as like starting to get vegetables and produce that I don't have and things that I don't grow as well to save me money because I lost a lot of money. But anyways, let me start off on the video is that I feel like if you trying to sell produce in your local area, and let's think about local, a lot of people don't. My way of thinking about local is any county that you touch, your county that's touching the county that is next to yours. So I feel like that is local produce. So when you think like that, like you'll catch yourself reaching out to multiple people in different areas to attract them to bring the attention to your local produce stand or your local farmers market where you attend every week. Um, so, that's a little tip I think. A lot of people just focus on the thing that is there instead of focusing on the bigger picture to get the brand out there is like reaching out to more people. And and how do I reach out to these people and get like majority of my sales? A lot of my sales, like 95% of my sales come from Facebook. I'm posting them in local yard sales, trading post yard sales. You can just get on Facebook and just type in your county where you live at and then type in yard sale and start posting in those rooms um, and letting people know that you selling local produce and you growing local produce. And those people they'll meet up with you if you got if you at a local farmers market that week. People will meet up with you, or if you at a spot that week that you selling produce, people will meet you and buy produce, and then you'll just catch yourself getting new customers too as well because those people will start bringing their friends, and those people will start bringing their kids, and you'll have the same consistent clientels after years and years if you just continue growing good vegetables and have good customer service. So that's just one of my little marketing tips is taking my time throughout the day. I have to write up a schedule. This is my schedule throughout the week. Mondays, I usually have my son, and we don't take him. So I have to focus on far as my internet marketing of putting my product out there, letting people know this week that I'm going to have corn specials or cabbage or lettuce. And I just start putting the stuff out there to let people know at the beginning of the week, because sometimes people usually buy produce at the beginning of the week because they have to cook for their families. And so I just focus on marketing internet wise on Mondays, doing phone calls like box orders, taking box order calls on Monday as well. And when you do that, it can just make your whole week easy instead of trying to do everything just that day, because it ain't no way that you can just farm, go be on the internet, deliver produce, go to the local farmers market, and then you might have other little things in your life that you got to do as well. You might have to go get your car brakes done, take somebody to the doctor, your kids, anything can happen. So you have to be very organized, like how your schedule gonna go. And Tuesdays, I'm usually at the stand on the side of the road on Hollins Road, and I usually get there between 12 to 4 or 5. I mean 12 to 5 because a lot of people go out and shop out during the afternoon and they see you out and they'll stop by and buy produce. Or a lot of people maybe be on lunch break and they can stop by and get produce from me because they see me posted in the local yard sale. And yeah, and on Wednesdays I'm at the farmers market, and I'm just promote and let people know I'm at the farmers market on Wednesdays, and everybody just meet me there to pick it up to make things much easier on you. Because one thing I can say about having a location is good because you're not using a whole lot of gas to get to point A to point B to deliver the produce, or when you're going to pay for your booth or whatever at the farmers market, you already have it paid off for the season. And that's one thing too. I like to say, as far as starting to sell produce, like get with your local farmers market. I always pay mine off for I can be there for the whole season. Like some of our areas, farmers market in our area, you can pay $100 for the whole year. 200 and some dollars for the whole year, some $25 for the whole year. So you get with those local farmers markets, sign up for those, and then you can just get your product out there, and people will always come back. If you got good clientele and good service and good vegetables, people will come back every week because they'll get to know you, who you are. And it's a good thing to know people names too as well, because you'll start seeing the same clients every week. And then if you know the customer's name, they'll just feel like connected with you because you somebody that is growing their food, and they don't actually get to meet the local farmer that actually grow their food or provide their food for them and tell them about their food. And even if you bringing them food, you're not bringing them bad food. You picking out the best vegetables that you can give, instead of, they go to the grocery store, it's been sitting on the shelf or whatever, or rotten and touching other vegetables. They like to get that feeling of meeting the farmer or meeting the person who's selling their produce, and engaging with them. And okay, back to the schedule. Thursdays, I'm back delivering and setting up at my produce stand. Friday, I'm back delivering, setting up my produce stand. Saturday, I'm at the farmers market again, and then after I leave the farmers market, I'm after I leave the farmers market, I'm going back to the other produce stand, and on Sunday, I do harvesting. So yeah, that's what I have to do on my days off. I have to harvest. That used to be on Sunday, Monday, or either on Tuesdays. I go out and try to harvest. So you basically, and when you harvest, like selling produce how I do, you got to make sure you have a cooler. You got to be able to put it in a cooler and keep everything cooled down, because you don't want to waste the crop. So, I'm just giving you some pointers of like how to save money, budget money, and market yourself and put your product out there. Even you can call your local radio station, and you can advertise that you got produce too as well, and people can call you and come to your produce stand or come to your house or meet you as well. Like you can advertise on the newspaper. There's all kind of ways you can advertise. You just got to be willing to take time and spend a whole lot of money on your product, because it all pay off in the end. And then another thing too is saving. When you farming, you just can't spend money because you making money, because you got to reinvest in back into it. Might can be soil for next year. It might have to be pots for next year. It might have to be seeds for next year. So that's one thing too. You want to make your money back every year that you spend, because you have to save money too as well to make more money. So that's a big thing too, that mess up a lot of small farmers. And that kind of messed me up too as well, because trying to grow too many crops can have you all over the place. It can have you doing too much. So next year you'll see me really focus on a couple of crops, and the rest of the crops I buy from another farmer. And that's one thing I have learned too as well. That save you money and time, because you just can't grow everything. You just can't keep up with everything, especially if you don't have a lot of workers. And then that comes with workers' comp when you starting to hire a whole lot of people as well, and you have to deal with taxes, and you have to deal with a whole lot of other stuff like that. So yeah, it's just better to start small, figure out the certain amount of crops that you can grow, and what grow good in your area, and what sells good in your area. So find out those things too. I have to write all that down, like what grows good in my area, what people like to buy every week, because you can drive different places around here, and you got most people want to buy mushrooms, and then you go to some areas, some people want to buy lettuce and kale. You go to some areas, can't even sell my potatoes or sell my beans, or it's a whole lot of things that just don't sell in some areas. So next year, it ain't no point of growing a whole lot of things, because like it's wasting money, because people don't buy it in this area. Because either when you find out that why they don't buy it, because why number one is that a lot of people around here have gardens. So you have to look around your local area and see how many people have gardens around too, because a lot of people just gonna grow the stuff that they feel like they need, and then you reach out to those people, and then you grow the stuff that they need. And the biggest thing that we making money off of, as far as like when it comes to farming, is our box program. Is just better. It's just more hands-on. You know how many families that you want to grow for throughout the year, and you can try to sign up all these families way before the season even start, and you can just focus on all the crops that you need to grow for those families and feed that family, before you won't be overgrowing a whole lot of crops that you have to throw away or it just go to waste. So it just growing accordingly of the family of how many vegetables they need to feed the whole family every week. You have some people sign up for 17 weeks to 24 weeks, and some people pay for half a share for $235, and that's like 17 weeks. You give them $235 worth of vegetables, and then you have 24 weeks. You give them $600. You give them, they pay $1,600. They pay $600, and you give them $25 to $30 worth of vegetables every week. They meet you at your location and pick it up at the farmer's market, and that's it. And a lot of people like doing this program because they don't want to go inside grocery stores and just wait in line. But if they got somebody that growing the crops and what they need, they can just come pick it up, boom, and be out of there instead of just waiting in the grocery line. They already just paid their whole vegetables gross list for the whole year, pretty much. Half a season, and yeah, it just make it easy on people, and that's just another way that you can generate money, as well as a small farm. Start like a local CSA box program and get people vegetables in there. You might can do a juice program, a juice box program for people who just like the juice. You go to the gyms, connect with all the people at the gyms, and then let everybody know, like, hey, I grow mustards, I grow carrots, a whole lot of things. Tell them about all the stuff that you grow that they can juice with, and you can set them up on a program that they can have juice box every week. Instead of going into the grocery store, you just provided them a juice box every week, and y'all have a location that they meet up every week, and they can pick up that juice box. So it can be on a whole lot of things like that as well. There's all kind of ways you can market. Look at your chambers of commerce. Go to your local hospital, your local clinics, your local banks. These are the people that just can't even make it out and buy your produce for the farmers market that weekend. So it's good to like reach out to those people while they at work. You go to their jobs and let them know, like, hey, I got local produce outside, and they'll end up buying from you, and they'll be happy too, because they don't have time to go to the grocery store and run home and feed their kids. It's just too much for them, but they do it. But you're just making it more easier for them, more convenient for them to bring them their groceries and deliver it to them. Just charge them a minimal, just do a minimal delivery fee, like $35. It just depends on how big your city is. Look up on the map and try to look at the areas that you feel like you can drive to. I just feel like I drive from no more than 25 miles. I drive. That's how I try to make mine. And yeah, and those are some pointers that I feel like that I do, and I hope that me sharing these pointers, that it help you out, and I hope it guides y'all in the right way. If you have any more questions, just leave a comment and just subscribe this new Yellow Mountain Garden page for me, please, and start sharing it to your other friends. I love everybody. Peace. Thanks.